Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm going to be doing a little walk around on a BMW Z3. I'm officially sort of starting off a little series on this now. I'm going to get it ready for summer, do some modifications to it, sort out some few issues on it. So I thought I'd give a proper introduction to it. I know it's been on the channel before. I've done a few videos, replaced the bumper, although you wouldn't really be able to tell because it is currently scuffed again. And yeah, but we're going to start a proper series on this now. I just wanted to sort of show you what it is, tell you a bit about it, and sort of let you know some of my plans for it. Starting off, it's obviously a BMW Z3. It's the 2.8 litre. It's a manual gearbox, and it's the wide body at the back. So it's the older version, has a different rear end, and the 2.8 litres had a wider rear arch. So it's about an inch wider either side than a standard Z3. Really quite rare. It's definitely the desirable one to get. Manual gearbox, there you go. Most of these came in automatic. They're a bit more of a US car. They were developed for the States, and obviously most people in the States drive automatics. So yeah, most of these are autos. It's the second one of these I've had, and I plan to keep this for a long time. The values of these are going massively through the roof at the minute. This is already worth a lot more than what I originally paid for it a couple of years ago. So yeah, I want to keep it for a long time. Hopefully the values in this will go up and it'll be a bit of a future classic. It's not original as it stands at the minute. This car originally came with like a dark red interior. It was a little bit discoloured, and the seats were not heated. These seats are heated. These are out of my old Z3. And I prefer the colour, so I put these seats in it. We've got the heaters working. We've got the matching mats. The door cards, these were made custom. They actually need a little bit of tweaking. They're not quite there, they're coming away a little bit, but I took this insert out of the door because this was red, and put the tan ones in out of my old car again. I need to sort of reseal this up. That's a video coming, I'm sure, at some point. But yeah, that's been done. It's got the M Sport steering wheel, got an aftermarket CD player in there. We'll be changing the stereo in this, either going for an Apple CarPlay system with a screen, or I might try and keep it a little bit more retro and get like a retro styled head unit, but with all the modern cons. Something again to come in another video. Replacing all the speakers, upgrading the speakers. Wheels, so these are the winter wheels on this car. I've got some RH wheels which you've seen on the van in a couple of videos. They're originally for this car. They've got some big fat spaces on the back, some adapters to get them on the back so that the wheels sit nice and wide. I'm going to be refurbishing those wheels. I'm ordering some new lips for them, so I'm going to get some 3-inch lips for the rear wheels. I'm going to put the rear wheels on the front and then get some 3-inch lips and put them on the back, and get some gold hardware for them, gold bolts. Get them on the car very soon as well. Repair that bumper again, that needs doing. Got plans for the headlights, so I'm thinking about doing a projector light. I want to use the original Z3 lights. I don't want to buy the aftermarket ones you get on eBay, so I want to get these custom made. So I'm going to have the clear indicator lens, and I'm going to get I'm going to get a projector lens in there, so I'll have modern bi-xenon projector lights, but in the old headlight casing, keeping it with the theme. Trying to probably get hold of some Z3M mirrors. They've got a slightly different shape. They're a little bit more curved. They're more of a bullet shape. Very expensive though. You're looking at about £700 a mirror, so I'm always on the lookout for those. Maybe some Z3M grills. We'll see. Other things that's been done to the vehicle. It's had brand new sills. So a common thing on these is the sills rust away. As you can see down there, it's already got some mud on it. This has just been cleaned today. That area there just completely disintegrates with rust. So these have been replaced, brand new, BMW factory sills, resprayed to match the car. I'm going to be changing the rear lights for the clear lenses, clear lens indicators. I'm going to be changing the side indicators for the clear lens indicators. What else we're going to be doing? Brakes. So we're doing a brake upgrade on this. Common upgrade for most E36s, because this is an E36 body shape, is the 330 brakes from the E46 BMW, so the newer BMW, sort of mid 2000s. The 330 brakes are much bigger caliper, but it will fit on these perfectly. So 330 brakes, bigger disc, drilled and groove discs with some bigger calipers, drilled and groove discs on the back. Suspension wise, it's sitting on E36 coilovers on the front from an E36 coupe, and then on the back, the rear end of these cars is an E30 BMW setup, so the E36 shock absorbers don't fit. So on the back, it's got E36 coilover springs without any adjusters in it, and it just sits right for me. But it's running standard dampers, so the rear end is quite soft on this. There's a lot of squat in it, so when you pull off, the rear end squats down a bit too much more than I want it to. So I'm going to be replacing the dampers for some properly spec'd E30 or Z3 dampers. I'm also going to be putting some control arms on this, some adjustable control arms. So as you can see, the camber of that wheel is pretty intense. However, I want to be able to adjust that with when I get my wheels reset. So I might have to have a bit more tuck at the top, a bit less tuck at the top. So I'm going to get some adjustable rear control arms so I can adjust the camber on the back. What else? Moving back round, under the bonnet, like I say, we've got the 2.8 litre straight six BMW engine. Great engine. There's a few common mods for this. Let me open the bonnet. Nothing's been done to this at the minute, it's just purely standard. I am planning to do the M50 manifold on this. So these had a sister engine that was in slightly older BMWs, a 2.5 litre M50. This is the M52, and they have a different inlet manifold. So what they did with these later on, they brought out a 2.8 litre and another 2.5 litre, and they used the manifold, inlet manifold, to sort of restrict the power a little bit. So this is the M52 manifold. You can swap this for an M50 manifold, and that will give this car about a boost of about 30 horsepower. So they sort of standard, they're about 195 horsepower sort of standard. They obviously differ, some are a little bit more, some are a bit less. This is pretty strong still, so I suspect it to be quite close to that number. But the M50 manifold swap will give it about another 30 brake horsepower. Air intake upgrade, so with the manifold swap we'll do an upgrade on the airflow. The exhaust, I don't want to do too much of the exhaust because it's pretty loud as it is. I don't want to drone, it's a convertible. I want it to be quite quiet. So I'm not going to be decatting it, I'm not going to be straight piping it, but I might look at getting some sport cats on there that are a little bit less restrictive. Change the breathing. And there's also another mod, I'm not quite sure yet, because this car's quite lethal in the damp and the cold and the ice. The rear end is off an E30 and it's very, very prone to quick kicking out. It's got a limited slip differential, so when it kicks out, it goes. So I'm okay with driving it, but it can be a little bit unpredictable. But you can do a traction control delete, and it involves taking off this throttle body and putting on an older throttle body from an older 3 Series which doesn't have traction control, and it again opens the engine up a little bit more, allows for better airflow, and gives it just that little bit of boosting power. So that's something that's in the sort of pipeline for this car. Other than that, really, I want to try and keep it pretty standard. It's a great looking car. I don't want to mess around with it too much because I want to keep the values high. So just some nice mods, aesthetic mods more than anything. Like I say, don't want to keep it, don't want to go mad with it. I want to keep it as is because I personally love it. I love the look of it, I love the way it drives. It's not the most powerful car I've ever owned, but it's one of the most fun cars I've ever owned. It's one of the best cars to drive. It just seems it's perfect. It's perfect balance, perfect weight distribution. Really, I can't sing its praises anymore than what I already do. And anyone that owns these cars, even the less powered versions, or even the sort of newer ones with the newer engines, they'll tell you the same thing. They're absolutely amazing to drive. That's about it, really. That's sort of the run around on it. There's no major faults with it. There's nothing really wrong with the car. It drives absolutely perfect. It flown through its last MOT, fly through the next MOT. It is 26 years old, but honestly, yeah, it drives brilliantly. Probably gonna have to do the clutch on it at some point, and I would like to put a light and flywheel in it just for a little bit quicker response, throttle response. But apart from that, yeah, it's really fine. I mean, the clutch is not actually, to be honest, the clutch is perfect, but I want to do the flywheel. So while I'm there, while the gearbox is out, put a brand new clutch in it anyway. So yeah, that'll probably be on the list. Drop the gearbox out of it and do that. Little bit of rust on this arch. So there's been a lot of rust work on it already. This has got some bubbling there, and it's got a little bit of bubbling at the back here. Now these panels, unlike most cars, completely bolt off. So a lot of cars, the rear quarters are welded on. These don't, these bolt off. So this can be removed, sent it off to it, get repaired. If it's too far gone, when it's removed, replace it for another one, get that repainted. This panel down here, little bit of rust bubbling on this one as well. Might have to take that one off, get that one redone. This side, sorry about that alarm, it keeps going off, keep having to pause and restart the video. This one is pretty good. There's no rust bubble on this one, and this rear arch is pretty good as well. For some reason, it's just the driver's side that has had the effects. One modification I really do want to do to this is add in air conditioning. So this is not air conditioned as standard, it's just got your regular heater controls. These do come with air conditioning, some of them. It's very rare in the UK for these to be air conditioned. Some of the American models, you know, they come as air conditioned as standard, obviously due to the climate out there and obviously what customers want. In the UK, in the 90s, we didn't really care about air conditioning. It is doable. There's a lot of work involved. It involves taking out the dashboard, changing the heater blower, and then obviously adding an air conditioning pump, running the wires through. Inside the engine bay, it's actually basically an E36. So I've got options there on trying to find the plumbing for the air conditioning, all the piping for the gas, air conditioning, cooler, the actual air conditioner unit that bolts to the engine. Options on that. I'm just going to struggle finding a Z3 air conditioning blower that goes inside the dashboard. Found the button. Even the buttons are expensive. Just for just the button that goes in those slots on the dashboard there, they're expensive for these. So that is a mod I want to do. That's going to be dependent on cost and availability of parts, but I'm always going to be looking out for those. So I'd like to do that at some point as well. I really want to spec this car up to the high spec it could possibly have been. This is actually quite a basic spec vehicle, and like I said, I've already added the heated seats into it. I'm already going to upgrade the sound system, so I want to also add the air conditioning. Any optional extras it could have had, I want to have it. I've got speaking of which, I've actually got a motor as well for the roof. So this has got a manually operated roof underneath that cover. I have got a electrically operated roof motor from my old one still in the garage. So I'm going to retrofit the electric roof to this. Not that it's a problem, it's dead easy to just lift it up and lift it over. You don't even have to leave the driver's seat, but it would just be nice to have, like I say, add the optional extras to it. And I also want to get hold of a hard top for this. So this has been sort of stored on my driveway at the minute because I haven't got the space in the garage due to other projects ongoing, and the condensation inside on the roof is not ideal. So for storage, I really want to get a hard top for the winter. It'll make the car a little bit more usable all year round. So yeah, again, hard tops, mad expensive at the minute. Get a hard top, get it colour matched, get it wired in properly. Again, I found the button for the dashboard for the hardtop rear heater. So the glass, the rear heated glass on the hardtop. Just the button alone is £100. So everything for this car is very expensive. It's rare, but I'm going to keep looking. I'm always looking. I've been looking for years for these parts. Some of these parts I've been collecting them over the years. So yeah, that's the plans for this. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Hopefully it'll be a good series. I want to go on some mad road trips with this. I want to take it to some good car shows when it's done. You know, always be down at Cafe and a Machine with it. It was there a couple of summers ago, looking better than it does now with its wheels on and stuff. So I want to make this car, I want to get this car back to its best. And yeah, hopefully you'll join me for the ride. That's it for this one. Stay tuned for the next video on this car. Probably be looking at doing the wheels next. I think I'm going to order the hardware for the wheels, get the wheels on this, and yeah, also stay tuned for another video on the van. Got the door video on its way, third part on its way very soon, and I've also bought some other parts for the van, some of the stuff I've been missing for a while. But yeah, stay tuned for that in the next video. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up. If you've got any thoughts on this car, any ideas, things I should do, please drop a comment, let me know. Any other owners of these that have got any ideas on how to, you know, fit the air conditioning, if you've ever done it, please let me know as well. Appreciated all the help I can get. And yeah, if you've not subscribed already and you want to see more on this video, more on this series, please subscribe, hit the notifications, and you'll get updated when I put a new video out on the car or the van or anything else I might do. That's it for now. It's very cold. I'm going to put the roof back up and I'm going to get home. And yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned.